Okay, so based on this use case, we'll try to configure the environment and let's see how it looks like. So the first step would be to configure a virtual service. Before we do that, we need to know the database systems we have. So that's the database system I have already running. It's from here, I come to databases and I come to ODB, Oracle Cloud Database Services. And from there, I can actually get the information I need. So what would be required is if I come to nodes, I would need an IP address, which is here. And I would also need the way to connect. So if I come to databases, if I come here and if I collect database connections, I'll just copy the connection because in our lab, we'll install SQL Developer and use that to connect to a custom port. So we'll click on the basic setup. I'll select NSX Cloud. That's what I'm using. I'll be using tier 1. And over here, I'll just pre-fill the information I know. So we'll be making a custom port connection, let's say 8090, and it will be TCP. So I'll just say 8090 VIP IP. Now let's create a VIP IP for this one. I'll do static. I'll just say 192.168.0.250 and save that. And I'll just keep everything as it is. IP address for the backend server, in this case, our database server, which is over here. This is acting as a database backend server, and I think it is 10.6.390. So if I come to nodes, 10.6.390, that's the one. So I'll say 10.6.3.90. It's a backend server I have, and I'll save that. Let's wait for this to complete. On the virtual center, you will see that the service engine is getting created and it is getting deployed over there. You will see the message over here as red because it is in the creation mode. Let's quickly see the virtual center. As you can see from the logs, it went to the library and it picked up the OVA which we uploaded, and from there it is creating. Okay, this one seems complete. You can see that it is still in the creation mode from the dashboard. But if you come to cloud resources, you click on service engine and select your cloud, which is NSX in our case, you would see that it is still initializing. So let's wait for this to be complete. This takes a while, so just have some patience, I would say. While that is happening, I have a Windows machine which is 192.168.0.59. I'll do a RDP session to that, and I'll just see if I can ping the database server. In the background, you can see that I have installed SQL developer, which is a tool required to connect to the database. I'll go through that in a minute. So the machine can actually ping the database right now, but that's what we don't want. We want it to talk through the VIP IP, which is 192.168.0.250, and it is reachable. So let's see the status first. Let's see. Okay, it's still working. Now, there could be many reasons why they are saying the health is down over here, but if you bring your mouse over here, it would actually give you the reason. So, for example, it is saying pool belonging to this virtual service is down. What we'll do is we'll quickly edit that This is our pool, and I think we have not added the port. So this is the default port, and this is the server. If I edit the server, you would see that the port for this one is missing, which is 1521 for the database. I'll say save and wait for this to complete. It has come to orange. Let's wait for health to become green. You would see the arrow is up now, and it is the health is coming up. So we'll just let it do its job. I'll make a RDP session to my Windows machine, and I can see the ping is working fine. What I'll want to do is now whether this client machine using the VIP IP can connect to the custom port, which further maps to the database. So 8090 is telnetting, which means it is listening. Now let's confirm that using the database. Now I have this connection over here. I have the database name. I have the port number, and I'll just do a test. And my test is actually successful. You can see from here, right? So it means that the database is actually listening on a custom port instead of 1521. There is one change I did. I went to the host file, and you can see the database name is using the VIP IP address and not the database IP, which is 106390. That's the change I did. So once I connect, and if I run a command such as select table name from user tables, it will show me all the tables over here. So yeah, that concludes our demo, and it means that our environment is up and running. So this concludes our demo. Just a quick one. You would see just a quick one. The virtual machines over here in the server pool are in our case, is actually the DBSCS machine, and they are actually communicating with the. I mean, it's a way how you understand, but yes, that's how in the server pool you can consider. In our demo, you would see that if I come to dashboard under applications, if I edit that, so the server pool over here is my DBCS. So if I come to servers, you would see that's my DBCS IP address, right? So that's what the understanding is. Right. So that concludes our demo. Thank you.